I see you have a package. What did you get?
Oh, I have been waiting for this. So my computer's been a little overloaded when I edit video and photos. So I've got some more memory to add to my computer and I'm so excited. Oh, hey, welcome back. So yeah, as Gina mentioned, I got this package and we're going to see what's inside. So we have ourselves two sticks of DDR4 16 gigabyte of RAM. These are Crucial sticks. And we're going to pop these in my computer. Now, this is a pretty simple install, but just for you who out there who are watching this and haven't installed RAM before, I'm going to show you how easy it is. So let's get going. Before we shut down the computer, I just thought I would show you. Here are my settings right now. You can see that I currently have 32 gigabytes of RAM installed. I upgraded to 32 gigabytes about 5 years ago from 16, and I've never looked back. It was the best decision I ever made. Of course, that was when RAM was cheap. So today we're doubling that. I have found that in a lot of cases, well, when I am intensely editing photography, I have to shut down all of my Chrome browsers. Granted, I do run a lot of tabs, but Chrome uses as a memory hog when you have a lot of tabs. So that's why we're doing it, so I don't have to shut down everything every time I do editing. But we'll see how that works. So let's start installing. Here's a close-up of my two new sticks. 16 gigabytes a piece. I'm a fan of Crucial, so we'll see how this works. Before we get going on the installation of our new RAM, if you haven't installed RAM before, I just want to share what I do to get a better, or I should say the best performance out of my RAM sticks. Number one, I always buy them in pairs, and that means usually a matched pair. The sticks are the same size, the same speed, and even preferably the same brand if you want to get nitpicky. But the reason for that is because motherboards and their RAM slots are designed to work in dual channels. Your typical motherboard has 4 slots, and those slots are set up in pairs so they work together. Let me give you a simple analogy to have that make sense to you. If you're driving down a freeway and you have 2 lanes of traffic, it can contain enough cars to get from point A to point B sufficiently. But let's just say the population doubles, and now those 2 lanes are not big enough to move the traffic effectively. And you have traffic jams, you have frustrated drivers. So the Department of Transportation goes in, they build 2 more lanes, and now you have 4 lanes of traffic driving in the same direction. And it spreads things out. It allows the traffic to move faster and more efficient. So that's essentially what's happening with the channels. So if you set your RAM up with dual channel, you have more highway bandwidth for your traveling of data, or in this case storage of data, and it's more efficient. So if you can help it, you should always buy your sticks in pairs and install them in pairs. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be looking for channels 1 and 3, or in this case channels A and C. Every motherboard labels them different. Sometimes it's channel 1A and 1B. You just look for the designations that match your 2 channels together. But usually it's every other slot are the matching channels. So let's get this installed. So basically what we want to do is, if you look on the end of your RAM slots, there's a little lever on each end. You just push those levers down and out, and they will open up so that you can snap your RAM in. The other thing that you want to make sure of is these are DIMM sticks, and RAM for different types of units are sized differently. So DIMMs for laptops, and they are usually go in only one way. In the case of these sticks, you want to make sure that you have that slot that's in the center. It's not in the center, it's offset. So you want to make sure the RAM's going the right way so that that slot will meet its key. So basically then all we're doing is we're pushing in the RAM, and if we push firmly on both ends, it will actually snap into place, and those levers, which are actually locks, which lock your RAM in place, should just snap into place. And if they don't, you can either apply a more firm pressure, or you can just manually lock them in place yourself. And that's all we're doing. We're going to snap those in, and when we're done, we are going to power this baby up and see if we have 64 gigabytes of RAM. Alright, we just put the system back together, booted it up, and here you go, folks. We are now running 64 whopping gigabytes. So excited about this. Thanks for watching.